Hey guys, hope you're all well. Welcome to my Draw My Life. Please don't make fun of my terrible drawing skills. Even my bubble letters look like crap. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. It all started in Florida in the city of Miami. And there's a funny story about the day I was born. The doctor who helped my mom give birth took a picture of me, and something was wrong with the camera, and I came out as 3. So he went out to show my grandpa, and my grandpa thought that my mom actually had triplets, and he had a heart attack. It was hilarious. So yeah, I was born on January 23rd, 1991. My mom had a pretty easy delivery. I was born into a really awesome family. I had an awesome dad, an amazing mother, and 2 awesome older brothers. And yes, Jose did actually look like a monkey. Just kidding. So Jose was 11 and Lazaro was 10 when I was born, so they were quite older than me. And that's me. I look like a little peanut. We lived in a pretty small house until my dad remodeled it. He made it huge, and we had a nice lake in the background, and I don't know why I drew myself on top of the lake, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So I was a pretty happy baby for most of the time until they realized something was wrong with me, and I was always crying, and they realized I had a dislocated hip and I had to wear a brace for 6 months, but it's okay because my first words came out of it. I always said "ma, ma, ma" because I was in so much pain. As a small child, I remember looking up to my older brothers a whole lot. I would see them going to school and I would really want to go, and I thought it wasn't fair, and I would beg my mom to go to school, but I just couldn't start until I was 3 years old. When I started K3, I didn't know any English at all. I only knew Spanish, so I had to learn English, and it was really hard, but I caught up and I was able to learn really easily. When I was 3 years old, my mother put me in ballet. My brothers played soccer, so she thought I needed an extracurricular activity also. So she put me in ballet. It was like a half an hour ballet class, a half an hour tap class, and I really loved the tap part of it. I didn't really like the ballet so much. But I also met my best friend at that time, who's still my best friend today, 20 years later, Stephanie. When I was 5, I experienced the first loss of my life, and that was my grandpa. He died of cancer when I was 5. It was really hard to deal with. Even though I was really little, I didn't really understand, but I was really close to him, so it was really hard. I have memories to this day of him lying down on his bed, and I would comb his hair. He didn't have a lot of hair, but it was still our thing. It's what we used to do. I used to comb his hair. It was really nice. I still have those memories today. At 5 years old was also when my parents realized that I was legally blind. I'm literally almost completely blind out of one eye. In doing this, I had to wear glasses, and I used to get bullied a lot at school. I also used to have to patch my right eye for my brain to understand that I had a left eye that needed to see. So I also used to get called pirate and things like that. Other than the original bullying, elementary school was pretty awesome. I made some really good friends and I learned a lot, obviously. I really loved school, so it was really easy to learn. I met most of my friends from dance, but I had 2 really good friends in elementary school, and they were Vicky and Giselle. And we still keep in touch nowadays, but we're not best friends. I also got my first glimpse of music in elementary school. I really loved being in chorus in elementary school, but my mom got me private piano lessons also. Piano was the first instrument I ever learned, and it's the reason that I'm in music today. Growing up, I would always follow my brothers around and be interested in what they're doing, even though they were kind of mean to me, honestly. But anyway, I remember being little and picking favorites. One year I was like, "Jose, you're my favorite." "No, Lazaro, you're my favorite." It was really kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know if siblings actually pick favorites, but whatever. Yeah, I really looked up to my brothers until I realized that they got into all sorts of trouble. I remember the cops being at my house a whole lot because of them, and I was just always really confused as a child. I'm actually not sure if this started when I was 8 years old, but I think it was around that time. My parents realized that my brothers would get into all sorts of trouble because they actually had an internal problem. Well, Lazaro did anyway. He would see things, he would say that he saw God or he heard voices, and we realized that he was schizophrenic. Despite Lazarus' diagnosis, we tried to move on as best we could, and I started middle school. I started middle school away from the friends I met in elementary school because I was in a music magnet. I learned how to play the oboe, so I was in band, and it was really awesome. But being away from my friends was really hard until I made a bunch of new ones. I had so many friends in middle school, and we were just this giant group of friends. It was really awesome because band is like one huge family. I just love them. And they're friends I still keep in contact with today. So Alyssa, Natalie, Dorillis, Alex, Michael, and Jordan. Middle school was also when my brother Jose found out that he was having a baby, his first baby. Yeah, I was 11 years old when Gianna was born. I also got my first boyfriend in middle school. His name was Hank, and we dated for pretty much 3 years straight. And he's a lot taller than me, that's why he's giant. And he is one of my best friends today. We still keep in contact. 7th grade was a really hard year. We were going through a lot of changes in the band program. We had a new band director, but he was in the Marine Reserves and he was sent to Afghanistan, and it was really, really hard on us. Despite that hardship, 7th and 8th grade were pretty awesome with friends and band. And then it was time to go to high school, and I realized that I wanted to be in marching band, so I had to learn how to play the flute because oboes do not march in a marching band. And I loved being in marching band in high school. It was like one of the best times of my life, really. Like, I hate the stereotype that marching band is just for nerds and whatever. No, it was a lot of fun. So now it's the first day of high school, and I didn't realize how significant that day would be because it was the day that I met Gio, my current boyfriend. It was in music theory class, and we were learning something, and we had to draw something on a sheet of paper. And he actually told me that I was doing it wrong, and I was like, what are you saying, man? And I kind of didn't like him at first, but I was like, and I was like blushing. I don't know. It was just kind of a weird first meeting story.
It's all the same to
Freshman year was really, really hard on me because I was chosen to be the only freshman in the highest band because I was really good at my instrument, not trying to be cocky, but I was pretty good at my instrument, and the band director wanted me in the highest group. But it also meant that I was with a bunch of juniors and seniors, and it was really hard for me to make friends my age.
let down and so spent. You've been holding up the
Luckily enough, we all had one class together, the freshman, which was music theory, and I had a lot of my friends from middle school, like Jordan, Michael, and Alex, and Alyssa.
Caroline, I'm too
We also made a lot of other friends because band, again, is one huge family, so pretty much the freshman class was all friendly with each other, and it was awesome.
old, curse the dark.
So one day during freshman theory class, we went to a dance show, and I was sitting, of course, next to Gio, and that was when our first kiss happened. It was actually kind of funny because some people in the rows behind us they were like, "Is that Gio and Lara kissing?" And we were like so embarrassed. It was so funny.
You're breaking, but you're faking.
Then things started getting really hard when I found out that my dad had colon cancer. It was not terminal, it was able to be fixed, he just had surgery and it kind of all went away. It was also really sad when my abuela Pico died a few days before my 15th birthday. She was my great-grandma, and my dog also died around the same time, so it was really hard. Then we found out Jose was expecting his second child, Janine, and we were all really excited.
Light a candle, curse the dark.
This was all around the time where my parents got separated. They're still not divorced, but they're still separated. He just kind of moved out and never came back, really, but he still was really present in my life anyway, but it was really hard. Senior year was probably the best year of my life. We had all sorts of events for school that made it so much fun, and with a boyfriend that I've had for 4 years, it was even funner. We went to homecoming, we had prom, we had a bunch of band evaluations and band performances that were a lot of fun. So it was just a grand old time. And we saw all of our friends from the years before graduate, so it was really awesome to be able to do it together too. Then it was time to choose colleges, FSU or UF. Which one do I choose? Obviously, I chose FSU. Go Knowles, yeah. Oh yeah, this also meant that I had to be in a long-distance relationship with Gio because he stayed in Miami. Freshman year of college, we found out that Jose and Monica were expecting their third child, which was a boy, Joey. And then that quickly turned into Juliet also because she got pregnant right away, right after she had Joey. Freshman year of college, I lived in a dorm. It was the music dorm Coffin Hall, and I made so many friends because of living in a dorm. That's why I absolutely recommend college freshmen to stay in the dorm. Two of my best friends were Melissa and Kate, but I also met Saud and Landon and Brandon and Jenny and Hannah. Overall, college was the best time of my life. It was pretty awesome to have so many amazing friends away from home. I didn't think it was possible. So I had parties and friends and fun, but then I also had my first panic attacks because of school, because of stress and homework and music. But cherish it because before you know it, it will be over, and I moved back to Miami for my internship, where I realized that I really, really did love teaching music, band in particular, because my internship was super amazing. It helped me realize that I was doing the right thing with my life, so that was really awesome. During my internship, while I was living at home, we also had to make room for my brother and his family, so Jose, Monica, and the 4 kids to move in with us because they unfortunately lost their house. It was really hard, but my house is pretty big and we had a lot of room, so we made it happen. We were just one ginormous family living in a pretty big house. It was just, kind of cramped, but we made it work. After my internship was over, I went back to Tallahassee to graduate and see my friends for one last time because we all pretty much went to different places after college, but it was awesome to have that FSU diploma. Unfortunately, I could not find a job right off the bat after college, as most people don't, but hey, I'm so lucky. My dad also found out he had cancer again. It was spread from the colon cancer, but he is trying to check it out now. He's getting chemo and he's going to have surgery soon. In the midst of my boredom without having a job, I came across YouTube and I decided to start making my own videos to occupy my time. It isn't all for the money, it is because I literally was kind of bored not having a job. I came across this school and started volunteering for the band director who was going to be retiring soon, so I thought it was a pretty good idea. And one day while I was there, the principal asked me if I would like to take over a science class because the teacher was leaving. Of course, I gladly accepted, and throughout that process, I realized that I just really love teaching. No matter what it is, I don't care what it is, I just love teaching children. I also realized the kind of relationship I wanted to have with my students. My students love me and I love them all to pieces. Every single one of them. They're all amazing kids. And I just loved my job. I love it. And I love my students as much as they love me. This gets me thinking that the world is so big, but you are where you are for a reason, and things also happen for a reason. Even though things are tough right now, just think about the positivity in your life and you'll get through it no matter what. I am going through a really, really hard time right now that I'd really rather not share with YouTube. I still love my boyfriend to this day after 8 years. I have amazing best friends, Stephanie, Jenny, Kate, and Melissa. Even though we live in different parts of the world, I still love them to pieces. And I also really love the rest of my good friends that I have not mentioned right now. And my family. Family is the most important thing to me. And of course, I love you guys. Though I don't have many subscribers right now, I love each and every one of you. You make it possible. You make me want to make videos, and I appreciate everyone's support. Thank you for watching my Draw My Life, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!